Good morning, good morning. You're tuning into another episode of It's Too Early for All That. I'm your host, Jordan Baylor, filmmaker, animator, and your guide to everything under the sun. I got my coffee in hand and excitement and hatred in my heart, ready to kick off the day with some fresh hot takes. I am joined by none other than my amazing co-host, Fulton. How are you doing today, my guy?
You know what it is? I'm good.
You're good. Okay, man, let's start it off right. Okay, so new Joker is dropping. New details are leaking on it. And the new Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga. Everything is bigger this time around. The budget's bigger. The actors are bigger. The director is bigger. He's probably taking steroids so he could shoot this movie. Well, anyways, details are leaking that like the new film takes place like 2 years in the future. It's a bunch of musical numbers, Looney Tune animation style cartoon sequences. Like,
What?
people are pissed off because they're saying that the budget's too big and they're just doing too much. Like people that are fans of the original, the first one. I'm talking about the original, just the first one.
Right.
Does that excite you? What do you think when you hear all this? Is it getting you wet? Is it getting you moist? I mean, what's your take on that?
I wasn't going that far, but I like what I'm hearing. No, that sounds dope. That sounds different. I like when they do different shit, especially with comic book adaptations. Especially if they're like off kilter stuff, where it's like they're doing their own like real take, because it's a Joker film without Batman, really. So it's not the same shit. They're free to do whatever.
Yeah,
but I like that. That's creative and everything. Like I don't understand. Well, people are always upset about everything.
I mean, $200 million is huge. I mean, I guess people just feel like
billion.
I don't know. 200 million.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's gonna get.
They get like 200 billion for the what'd you say?
200 billion, but they can't fix water in Flint.
You know,
that's
right?
Another topic.
No, that's for the Joker movie. Warner Brothers needs cartoon sequences.
This is ridiculous. And the thing about it though is I saw what happened. This is the same director of the Hangover, right? You know, I
Adam
saw
McKay?
what happened when
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. Okay. Yeah. And I saw what happened when that one became like a big hit, and then everybody was like, "Oh, this movie's hilarious." And then they did The Hangover 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that ain't it. And then it was The Hangover 3, and it was really like, that ain't it at all.
Well,
you know?
Can I say about Hangover 3? The first like 15 to 30 minutes of that movie are fucking great.
You like it?
Of Hangover 3?
You like
when
like
I went
the
back,
funeral scene, right?
Well, the Zach Galifianakis with the giraffe on the highway scene.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, that scene is pretty
like just the way he looked, like that expression that he had on his face when he saw that mayhem that he caused, but he just looked annoyed. That shit's hilarious to me.
Yeah, the third one is more like an apology. The Hangover films, the third one felt more like an apology for the second one.
Yeah,
because the second one just like got out of control. It just was not a good movie. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this personally, because I really did enjoy the first Joker film a lot. Actually, I liked it a lot.
It was cool.
And, even though it's depressing as hell, it's a really depressing film, but I liked it a lot.
That's all I got to say for that, Jack. What else you got for me? Oh yeah, I got something. So I saw. Do you know what MOBAs are?
No, what's MOBAs? Oh,
mobile online battle arena, I think. Have you heard of MOBAs before?
What is a MOBA?
It's a mobile online battle arena.
No, what's a MOBA?
Okay, so like League of Legends, games like that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it's like multi-pack, a bunch of people can play on it type game.
I guess, like I've never played them. Like when they started coming out, I didn't like them. I still don't like them. But they're making a Dragon Ball Z one, and then I was watching some gameplay of it this morning, and I think that's how they're gonna get me in.
That's how they're gonna hook you.
I think that shit's it. Yeah, they connected that shit with my childhood. I love Dragon Ball. Well, I mean, like anybody our age, because we're like 34, 35, love Dragon Ball Z as a kid. Where we would watch it Saturdays in the morning, and then when it got on Toonami, and that was like every day after school, you walk home from school and just watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the deal in this game though? What's the name of it?
I can't remember. I just know it's like I didn't write it. I just wrote down DBZ MOBA.
Okay.
It's like it's coming, and I like it.
Okay.
And
okay, yeah.
for whoever's listening, if they work at Bandai Namco and they're like, how can we get people into whatever? Just do Dragon Ball. Just do that shit. Take like whatever loser fucking genre or like genre of game or like game type, shove anime bullshit into it. I'm there. You got my money. Not up front. 2 years down the line when it's on sale for $20, you'll see me, but you're gonna get my money. Like I'm gonna be there.
Play the long game. This is a long game that we're playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What system is the Dragon Ball Z game going to be on?
I don't know. If they wanted to sell consoles. I'm pretty sure it's just like I think it's like mobile and PC right now, or like for the open beta. I don't even think it's out yet. It's probably going to come out sometime this year. But there's no way they're going to spend that much money on it and then not put it on consoles because that's where most of the money is.
So true. So much money in consoles. Like the price of gaming is getting out of control.
I mean, it has to. Those things are expensive to make, like more and more expensive each year to make.
Feels like we're headed towards like a lockdown and they want us to just sit in a room and play games all day or something.
It's probably been. You seen WALL-E?
Yeah. That's what it feels like that we're headed, bro. Like, feels like that's where we're headed. Yeah.
That's low key what that game Death Stranding is about.
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding? Yeah, the Hideo Kojima game.
Oh, Hideo Kojima? Yeah.
When I was like figuring out what the world was, I was like, this shit's genius. You're like an Amazon package delivery dude, pretty much. And you're going around connecting people to Wi-Fi.
People are like, yo, I do this all day. Why would I play this in my spare time?
Yeah. But he tricks you into like, because you think it's about aliens. And then when you're like, when you start playing it, the gameplay loop is just eventually you're like, wait, am I just delivering packages and connecting motherfuckers to Wi-Fi? Because that's all they're doing.
It's so dystopian. It puts you in a 40-hour work week. Like that's how bad the economy is. People are buying video games so that they can work a steady job
in a post-apocalypse.
In a post-apocalyptic world, baby, I told you I'm working.
It's addicting though, bro. It's good.
It sounds good. I mean, I've literally Hideo Kojima. I mean, that's Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I've literally waited in grass and smoked fake cigarettes for hours. Like literally, they just watched the screen and just like smoked.
Right.
So I mean, that man can get me to do anything in a video game. So I don't put it past him. He's a genius, but who's not a genius is Disney. I'll tell you this much: they canceled the new Star Wars Acolyte after just one season. They said the budget on the latest season was over $100 million, and people were not feeling it at all. What are your thoughts before I get into it?
I never watched it. Like, I'm a realistic Star Wars fan. Like, I'm an actual one where it's to the point of like
all hope is lost.
I'm a real Star Wars fan where I realize that Star Wars is only as good as what you can think up in your head. Like you watch the original trilogy, you sort of fall in love with the world. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch everything. You don't like. You don't have
everything. Yeah, that's true.
Especially with a universe as expansive as Star Wars, where they can really go anywhere with it. Yeah, but they only ever check out one corner, or like restrict themselves to one era of the property. So, like, I'm just real with it. Whatever if it looks interesting, I'll watch it. If it like either now or later, if it doesn't, then whatever. But I don't expect it to be. Star Wars has never been that good. To be real with you, it's just been fine. It's just been a cool world to hang out in.
Thank you. like people are acting like Star Wars has just been masterpiece after masterpiece after masterpiece. And if you are like that locked in, bro, you probably grew up in the 70s and was like standing in line. And that's why it was like your teenage days.
It was like
that ain't me. That ain't me, Chief. My Star Wars days is like Anakin. He cool.
Yeah.
But but it's a Star Wars movie. Like, I don't see why people get so bent out of shape, I felt like all the clips I saw, everything looked really cool. The action looked dope. And it looked like they were introducing some really cool characters.
Has ever been, bro. That's all Star Wars has ever been. It looks cool.
they had some really cool sequences. I saw the scene when the guy like headbutted the lightsaber, and the villain. I looked him up. His name is Kamir. He seemed pretty cool. He had a really cool design on him. I was like, man, I will give this season a watch just so I can see the villain, because I really love the design. I remember I was a child, I used to just like stare at the design for Darth Maul. So seeing a new cool villain in the Star Wars universe, I was like, wow, this is going to be something cool that they can explore. But of course, they canceled it. And then all the clips that came out promoting it were horrible. Like, it was just bad promotion. I don't know. Like, it feels like somebody in Disney hates marketing or something, or is like from the people that brought you the Bud Light campaign with the the Dylan person on the can. It's
Where you
like the
going with
same
that one?
person as
What is that one?
I'm just saying, it's like they're just like, it's all a whole TV show is becoming like political. I'm like, bro, this is a
How?
show about people in space with swords. How is it becoming political?
Well, I mean, like,
I mean,
they're not doing it. That's the buzz around it. That's what people are doing to it.
I know, but they're taking clips and they're like politicizing it. That's what I'm saying. They're taking like,
But
you
how?
know,
Because like okay, so all I know
you say,
about it.
okay,
Yeah, go.
explain to you. Like, you keep saying how is like, okay, a clip like the creator of the show. She's a female open lesbian writer creator, and she wrote the show. And someone said something about, is this the gayest Star Wars has ever been? I think she just said jokingly, yeah, this is the gayest Star Wars has ever been, because it's a gay woman writing it. So I guess that's the joke. That's the punchline, is that it's the gayest Star Wars ever because gay hands are molding it. So I guess that's the joke. But she just said it in passing, bro. Like, it's not that big. It was just an offhand comment. But like, they took it and they just like ran with it and just like made it like, they're trying to take Star Wars from us. This is American culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then they're like all in her DMs. They're probably sending her death threats, probably sending her partner death threats, harassing the star of this season, Amanda Stolberg. They're harassing her and her all over her Instagram. She's probably going to block out her comment section just to get rid of these
Again?
people. Yeah. Again, like today, they're doing it today. The day
No, I
the
mean, like, not even that. She was already harassed. I think that girl gets harassed all the time. Remember when she was a kid?
she was harassed. Yeah, she was
The Hunger
harassed as a child.
Games.
Yeah, the Hunger Games. They call it the N word for that one.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I'm like, again? They fucking with that girl again?
Man, that is a tough, mentally tough woman right there, because they're coming after her and they're coming after just everybody, and like doing a victory lap, and it's like, why? Like, why are y'all like this? Like, you're not gonna be able to attract talent to projects like this if people go, well, if I sign my name and I'm gonna do this for the next 2 years, are these the type of people that are gonna be cursing me out? And so
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a W, or is this more like exposing how toxic Star Wars has become as a property. I don't know.
Well, this is what I was alluding to yesterday a little bit. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember if this was on cam or off cam, where I was saying it's weird being into geek nerd culture, whatever the fuck it is, whatever you want to call it these days, as like as a guy in his mid-30s, because before it wasn't like that. Like, it's only like this now because everything went so mainstream. Like anime, comic books, Star Wars shit. It's not just like niche nerd shit. So now you have all these people who like the MCU bros and stuff like that. Like dudes that just watch MCU films, but they never picked up a comic book. They never did any of that shit. They're just into the movies, which there's nothing wrong with that. But now you have that group of people trying to dictate what it is. Same thing with like anime stuff. You have these people who came along after, like, because think about it, like anyone born in, it's like all people that are either teenagers or in their early 20s, and they were born in like 2000, so they didn't even come into cognizance until like maybe like '07, like 2010. So they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to like these legacy franchises, and they're trying to dictate what they are and say like women were never into it, all this other shit. And like it's for us, like low-key, like the straight white male and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, a couple of decades ago, you motherfuckers were just playing like same thing with like straight black dudes. Like typically like the masculine guys, it was like, bro, y'all were playing Madden and 2K and I'm trying to think.
Tekken,
And what?
Street Fighter, Tekken, Street Fighter. We were playing
Well, not
fighting
even
games.
that. That was like a mid ground. Like fighting games are like a mid ground. But like for the most, it was like if like I was into gaming, so you would hear me talk about like in our friend group talk about like Japanese games and shit like that. Whereas like the other dudes, they would just be talking about like they wouldn't be gamers. They would just be dudes that play games. So they'd be like they wouldn't be playing Japanese RPGs. They'd be playing, like I said, Madden, 2K, Call of Duty. Those are like the three. They would only do that. And besides that, they would just go out, fuck off, and do whatever thing. They wouldn't be a part of the core gaming crowd. Like me and
Okay.
other people who would be like let's say like Final Fantasy is popular now. I'd be in a Final Fantasy. You go into a GameStop, one of those dudes will come in, and you be talking to the cashier about Final Fantasy, and then you just like this fucking guy. What is this? What are y'all waiting on? Motherfucking Final Fantasy 3000? Like they they say shit like that.
So these are the people that you feel are toxic.
They've always been. I mean, but like now they're faking it for the well, yeah, these are the people I think are toxic, to use that word. They're fucking up. Like now that it's mainstream, they're fucking up the perception around it. Because before it would just be like dudes that kept to ourselves and would just talk about our interests. Like we'd be talking about like Gundam, like certain anime, like Gundam or like Gundam video games, either anime video games, anything like that, or with like comic book shit. You know, like Civil War, but not the movie Civil War, but like the event when that was happening. Same thing with like DC shit. We'd be talking about, you know, like whatever Frank Miller would be fucking working on. I'm trying to think of like the infamous the Dark Knight Returns. I was gonna say the infamous graphic novel that he did. Like that's the shit I was talking about in middle school, and I graduated in 2007. Well, like we both did, and so like our age group, I can't fucking talk. Our age group, when it came to nerd shit, that's what it was. But like, if anybody wanted to be interested in it, guy, girl, whatever, like we just be down for it because be like, oh shit, that's dope. More people want to get in. That's how it was starting to get mainstream anyway, because you know they saw that there was this group of people that were like sort of underserved and shit like that. And they're like, what if we do try to make these with the MCU shit? What if we do try to make these films, you know, like cross universe and shit like that, like crossover and have like a shared universe for these films? Because like that's what the MCU is, and they're the only ones who were successful with it. That's why I get like weirded out whenever people are like the MCU. Not that the MCU, not when they say the MCU sucks now. I don't get weirded out by that. Like you can have that opinion, but when they like just try to shit on it, and it's like you're shitting on the only successful one. You're shitting on the only people that did it. They're surprised that they're still going. I'm pretty sure because they're like, why don't they make anything original? Well, one, anytime they do, y'all don't give a fuck. Like y'all just don't.
You harass.
Yeah, wait. What'd you say? Like cut out for a second.
I said too. They harass them.
Yeah, because
they
it's not
harass
what
them.
they. Yeah, because it's not what they pretend that they grew up with.
They're harassing the. They're harassing the actual people behind the. Not right now. Not right now. I'm on a call. They're harassing the actual people on. I'm sorry.
You're good.
They're harassing the people that are actually on the content and fuck, I forgot my train.
On the creative side of things.
Yeah, they're harassing the people on the creative side of things, and they're not being fair. So what they're doing is they're just making a big pie of just crap. No one's gonna want to be involved with it. So
no, exactly, and I don't get that because they keep saying like, well, they keep trying to shove like all these gays and minorities, and it's like that's who makes this shit. It's only ever been gays and minorities and freaks and geeks. That's what this was. It's never not been that.
Gays and minorities.
Gays, minorities, freaks, and geeks.
I like that.
That's all it's ever been, bro. That's who it was for. And then like if it wasn't mainstream right now, those motherfuckers would be out like rollerblading or some shit. Whatever the next mainstream thing is. Like they keep calling. That's why I keep like saying it's weird when those people call other people tourists for not caring about like inclusivity or whatever the fuck that DEI whatever the fuck they try to say. Because it's like, bro, y'all are the tourists. Like this culture wasn't like this before y'all started hopping in. Like before, everybody just wanted to share this shit when it came to gaming, anime stuff, comics.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were there. We were both there. Like, so we saw it.
Yeah. What's next topic? What's the next topic?
Oh my god. I started watching Interview with a Vampire.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts?
Dude, I like it more than I thought I would.
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
I'm like 2 episodes in, and I will say this, since we're talking about you sort of touched on DEI shit before, having one of them be black from Louisiana, that adds a whole new like dimension to it. That adds some real fucking depth to the story.
I agree.
Like, so, because I'm thinking about it compared to the movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And it's like, just like having the lead be black and acknowledging that he's black, whole new shade of depth to it. Like, I'm fucking with it. I'm only 2 episodes in, so I can't say too much.
Yeah, but still, it hooks you from the beginning. Like I always tell people that it's probably one of the best written television pilots I've ever seen.
Yeah,
ever. This is the history of television.
and I will say, when you throw in like the whole gay aspect to it,
makes sense.
And you have them be black, and then like especially with like homophobia in the in our community, especially like in the South and shit like that.
Yeah. Set in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen
back then,
Interview with the Vampire, so if you haven't seen an Interview with the Vampire, it just got released on Netflix. It's a show about a vampire Lestat. He lands in New Orleans and falls in love with a black Creole man named Louis Dulac. And basically, the show is a reimagining of the book by Anne Rice. In the original, there's a remake of it with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It's a good film too. They changed the character to a black guy. He's and it works. It works. I've seen both seasons of the show. It's a phenomenal show. It works. It really works. So I just know that the fandom is getting ready to explode, and people are going to be like all over it. It's going to be like the next Suits. It's going to be the next like Breaking Bad, like big hit to come out of AMC. So I'm excited to see the people like jump on the bandwagon.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I remember you told me about it. It was like, what was it, a year ago when you were watching?
It was a year ago.
Yeah. When it was still airing on AMC, and you were just like, dude, it's fucking dope as fuck. It's good. And then I finally got to watch it, and I'm only 2 episodes in, but again, I agree.
Yeah. It's like my dad saw the gay vampires. I think like he was watching it at first, and then there was like a scene where in the first episode where the gay vampires start floating, and my dad, he's an older black guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's that kind of show. Oh man, hell no, man, I'm out. I thought the brother was gonna be some badass Blade type shit, man. I'm out. He like literally got me left the room. And I was like, yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I live for those reactions. That's hilarious to me, bro. Like, but yeah, I'm excited for season 3, personally, but I'm really glad that the show's finding its new audience.
Oh, it's 2 seasons?
It's 2 seasons. 2 seasons are out.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, because on Netflix, I think they just have 1 so far.
Yeah, they just had 1. Yeah. People are probably going to go get season 2 once they binge through it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, season out. I'm telling you, it's finna like get new legs, bro.
No, they'll probably no, I totally agree with that, because they're probably gonna do, or it being on Netflix is probably gonna do for it what it did for Breaking Bad when it comes to popularity. Like exploding its popularity and like spreading awareness about it.
People don't realize like how many shows Netflix has like made. Things.
Yes.
People just don't really think about it. Like people, Netflix has made some things.
That's why they were able to just throw away money producing whatever the fuck they want for all those all those years before.
For real, and then there's like weird projects like the 100, or was it the 100 that got to be able to finish because the viewership was on. It was the 100
CW or something, right?
Yeah, the CW show. Like it's tons of stories like that, which I think is cool.
Same.
Being able. I love that,
It's the only platform I can think of that's done that for certain things.
Consistently.
Yeah, consistently.
Consistently, like Squid Games, or just like or just other TV shows. I don't know. I like Netflix. I think a lot of people are hard on it because
They're hard
they're
on whatever is
spoiled.
popular. Whoever the big dog is in the
Yeah,
room, they
I think they're spoiled.
that's what they like to
Yeah,
shit on. But it's
yeah,
like y'all keep
exactly.
giving them your money. You shit on Disney, you keep giving them money. Keep saying you don't want the
Literally,
shit that they make. You keep watching the shit that they make that you say you don't like. They don't know what to do. They'll keep making that shit.
literally, yeah. Like for real. Like people are so mad at Disney because Disney does does Disney do some sketch stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't be a
They do some
corporation and
sketch.
not.
Yeah, they're way too big. But in the same token, it's like you enjoy the work, like whether it be Marvel or X-Men or the cartoons that are coming out. Like I hear people hate on Star Wars, and the next breath is like they say, "Oh, I can't wait to see the next season of X-Men '97." I'm just like, but you were just how you gonna be mad at the corporation and then just be like, "Ah, I don't like that slot, but I like the next slot." Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like pick your battle. I don't know.
No,
I
because
feel
it's a
like people.
corporation that's too big. All they can do is look at the numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like they say they don't
Like,
fuck with Star Wars, and yet they keep consuming Star Wars. We like making
yeah.
money. We got to keep making Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just like when does it stop? Like I just want people to like really like take a look at their life and just be like, what am I crying about? Like what am I actually complaining about?
Right.
Yeah, take some accountability. Jesus Christ, brother. My brother in Christ, take some accountability, like for real.
Bro.
Because these people are like really like it's just it's like a point of you got to draw the line between like reality and entertainment, and these people are like jumping over the line and they're like harassing people in real life, like you ruined my show, like bro, I don't know you,
I
dog.
don't know you, but I wasn't doing this for you or against you.
Yeah, or against you, or against you.
That's why I want that social media age filter I've been talking about,
What's that?
where you can set a filter on any social media platform where you don't have to read the opinions of anyone under a certain age. I do not want to read the opinions of anyone under the age of 27. Get that the fuck out of my feed. I don't need to see that.
It's called boomer talk.
Exactly. Yeah. Do that.
You can access it at myspace.com.
Make that shit.
Boomer talk. I like that. I like
You'd be surprised at how much a day would just brighten up if you didn't have to see the opinions of dumb fucks, of just dumb idiots with no real experience that grew up
not dumb
like
idiots, younger. You just don't want to. You don't want to hear the opinion of younger people. It's not dumb idiot. Because it's like
younger people.
because dumb, they just don't know.
That's literally it. They don't know, but they talk like they know, and I know that for a fact because that's how we were when we were like 18, early 20s and shit like that. It's like that's a rite of passage. Like everyone does that. It's a rite of passage. Every 18 or whatever does that. Think you know. You're so sure. You're so fucking sure you know, and then you get older and you're like, oh, I didn't know shit.
I didn't know anything. It's like
I was just out here talking for real. I was talking about my ideal society.
I'm just yapping. I can take it to a moment where I will realize I was just yapping. All right, so it's like the movie The Longest Yard, right? The one with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock, and it's a movie about Adam Sandler's in prison. It's a remake from a movie from the 70s. It's called The Longest Yard.
With the Burt Reynolds one, yeah?
Burt Reynolds, exactly. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's like, I remember I was watching the Adam Sandler one, and I'm just like rolling, laughing on the couch, and my dad's like, oh, this is pretty cool. We should watch the original. And I'm like, okay. And we watched the original, and the original's like, it's not really funny. It's a 70s film. It's not really funny. It's more like about a man trying to get out of prison, and he's like, they're screwing him over. I'm just like, it's not funny. Like this movie's not funny. This movie's not funny. Like this movie sucks,
Yeah.
And my dad was like, this is the movie that made that movie. And I was like, it might have made it, but it's not a good movie to me, like put back on Adam Sandler because I'm laughing, But, in hindsight, my opinion is the bad one. But, I was a kid. So it's like, was my opinion the bad one or was I just young?
No,
I
exactly.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What's
that's
that?
most people. You got.
Because it's not even. It's not even. If I get down to it, it's not even the fact that I think that their opinions are wrong. It's just the confidence in which they are said with the lack of experience.
That's most people, bro.
What?
Confidently wrong. I'm
Yeah.
confident in wrong. Confident this wrongness.
It's like, I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, not a
It's
chance.
like when the source material, not even the source material, when the seminal work for what I'm talking about came out, I was I was a teenager, so I know for a fact. Since you're like 20 something, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You weren't even alive, or you were rolling around not even knowing what the fuck was going on.
It's true. It's true. I agree.
I was looking at what else I got
So,
written down here.
you got another topic?
Yeah, ish. I was gonna talk about because I was looking at gameplay videos of it today. That Wukong game that came out.
Catch me up.
There's a game that came out based on the old Chinese. I think it was like I think it's a Chinese epic poem called Journey to the West. I know for sure it's called Journey to the West. It's what Dragon Ball was based on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is this the game with Monkey King?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. What's that? I just keep seeing clips, but I don't know anything about it. Catch me up.
Yeah, okay. Did you ever? Because it's the same as did you ever watch Monkey Magic as a kid? You remember that cartoon?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, it's Monkey Magic was just straight up Journey to the West. There's like weird controversy around that game too, where gamers are making up controversies now. Like they can't let a game just come out and be fine. They're making up shit about how this one consulting firm didn't work on it, that it should be championed for like not DEI practices. And we're like, what the fuck are we talking? It's about. I'm looking at like the game about the monkey.
So because they didn't include people to talk about diversity,
Equity,
and
inclusion,
that it should be championed because it didn't. See, that's the problem, man. People think that this culture is theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like with most, I noticed it's only basically with like I said, but the more I think about it, the more I think about like white people try to like really gatekeep their culture, and then like black culture is basically like American culture. Black people make the slang, the words, everything that's hot, everything people want to say. Any dance, it's always like some black kid in the ghetto just on a cell phone, and he makes the hottest dance that some suburban kids are going to be dancing for the next 6 months. And we just always giving and giving and giving, and then we're just constantly told that like we don't deserve a piece or we shouldn't see ourselves in things. Disheartening that seems to be the loudest voice, even though I know it's not how all people and gamers feel. It just seems to be a really loud voice in the realm.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting.
I think it is. I think it honestly is just a loud as fuck
Mhm.
minority, because when you
it's a loud.
Because like honestly, when you look at shit on social media, like well for me when it comes to like gaming shit and stuff like that, I noticed that it's like I'll take a step back and I'm like, oh, these are white people arguing with white people, so it feels like that loud minority feels even more left behind because I think they're more upset that like the majority of like white gamer of like white gamers are like we don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. Like if they have a black protagonist, they got a gay protagonist, they got an Asian one, whatever. We don't really care. We just like playing video games.
Yeah, I think that's what's beautiful about nerd culture, video games, or comic books is like if you bump into somebody who's into it, it doesn't matter if they're whatever. If y'all connect on that and y'all can geek out or y'all have favorite characters, it just gives you an instant thing to build upon or a friendship. You know, like you go into a comic book store and you can just walk in there and walk over to somebody and be like, yo, what comic are you reading? And he'll be like, you want to know about the comic I'm reading? And then like, you know, and then but 10, 20-minute conversation be like, oh yeah, I'm Jordan, by the way. And he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm Matt. And then y'all are friends. And the only thing y'all have in common is y'all both like to read. So I don't know. I think like anything that's anti that is demonic, personally. That's just me.
That's what I'm saying. That was my whole point earlier about these new dudes are tourists because the culture before, or like the culture still like now when you actually go to the places where these people hang out, is what you just described.
It is.
That'd be all I grew up with. It'd be like, you know, just be some white dude, Asian dude, Hispanic dude, we all like games, comics, whatever, and then we just hang out and talk about that shit.
It's true, man.
And then if there was a game or a comic or something that came out with like a black protagonist, Hispanic protagonist, gay protagonist, we wouldn't care. We'd just be, what's the story? What's it about?
I get to play a cop? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It's not that deep. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, these new kids are straight up. Oh, you go ahead?
Yeah. No, I was just saying, if you're one of those people that pisses you off that you see somebody who's gay, who's black, who's Indian, who's fighting in space.
Hey, my guy, why you
actors and the black and the actor is crying because they're saying I've never seen myself on screen. It's like you really need to take a step back and like listen to what the person is saying. It's like they've been watching Luke Skywalker for 40 plus years, seen every Batman, every person, every creed, color, and they've finally seen themselves getting to be a part of the stories and getting to join in the fun. But you can either make fun of them and be demonic, or you can just like allow them to be a part of nerd culture, or you can be the bully that bullied you. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
No, I mean, yeah. That's why I'm like, that again, that's why I don't think they're real. Because I don't think I don't think that's their story. They're just people who like shit that's popular and make up what the past was about it. Because I don't think they were, they're not bullied people. Or like if they are bullied.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been another edition of It's Too Early for All That. If you find yourself being an off-putting asshole, how about you take the day and look at yourself and realize that, hey, if I'm that mad behind Star Wars, maybe I need to look at myself. I don't know. I shouldn't let something make me this angry. But hey, what do I know? I don't know.
Ask yourself, what
I'm
am I doing really?
Yeah, what am I doing really? I'm your host, Jordan, joined by my co-host, Fulton, and it's too early for all that. We want you to have a good day, but if you don't, it is what it is. I don't know.